What's up, everybody? Today we're going to be designing the 1986 Fleer Michael Jordan rookie card. So let's get right into it. Open up Adobe Illustrator and open your reference image. We're going to rename that layer reference, create a new layer, lock the original reference layer so that we don't move it around when we're designing. And go ahead and create a rounded rectangle. If you hold Alt from the middle, it will equally distribute on both sides. And then just drag it down. Now we're going to change the roundness of the rectangle till it looks just about right. And then we're going to change the color of that. Increase the stroke so that it fits, similar to the original. I like to change the color to something drastically different so I can see if it's accurate. And then just some fine adjustments. Now draw a line with the same stroke and color. And do an eyedropper tool to get that yellow again. Fix the stroke again. And we're going to select the rectangle and line and group them. And I'm just going to name it editable on the layer and start a new layer. So we can edit those lines later on. And I copy and pasted the lines to a new layer, and we're gonna do the flatten transparency so that we can add a stroke around this line. Combine the two paths using the Pathfinder tool. So now we're gonna add the black stroke. And I'm just making it red so that I can see that it's accurate. And we're going to change the stroke alignment to outside. Looks pretty good, so we're going to change that back to black. And I just renamed that layer yellow. Start a new layer. We're going to make the nameplate. So just drag that rectangle and color it blue. Rename the layer nameplate blue. And we're going to place it where it should be. And I'm just adding extra points to this shape and moving it so that it fits in place. It doesn't have to be perfect because this is going underneath the other shape, but as long as it's being covered up, it'll be fine. And now I'm just adjusting the vertices so that the lines are more accurate. Okay, now I'm going to lock that layer and the yellow layer too. Let's create a new layer. And now we're just going to create that background. It's really simple. It's just a bunch of rectangles, different colors. Use the eyedropper tool to get that red from the original image. Alt drag the shape so that it just duplicates the shape. Change the color to blue. Put it in place. Resize it. And then we're going to alt drag it again and change that to white. Resize it. Alt drag the blue shape so that it duplicates and just put it into place. Alt drag again to duplicate that shape again and just eyedrop the same red as the one we had before. Put it into place and there we go. We'll rename that layer background. And we're going to lock that one so that we don't mess it up when we're adding the next thing in. Now we're going to add another layer, drag it just above the background layer. We're going to name that photo. It's a clipping mask for the photo. And what we're going to do here is just copy the original shape that we made in the beginning and duplicate it and then delete the inside. So now we have the same exact shape as the yellow rounded rectangle, but it has a fill to it, as you can see. And I just like to change the color so that I can tell that it's separate from the other shapes. And I copy pasted a photo of Michael Jordan into the document, and I'm just resizing it so that it fits right. Move it under the shape, select both the shape and the photo, and right click and select clipping mask. Now your photo is in the shape and you can adjust it as you need. If you're moving it around and it's moving the entire shape and photo together, just double click and it goes right into it and you can move the photo around without messing up the shape's location. Now I turned off all the layers because we're just looking at the original image and create the new layer called text. Type out Michael Jordan. I'm going to use a font that looks pretty similar. It's called Impact. It's not 100% correct, but it looks very close. Resize it. Make sure it's center aligned with the document. Alt drag to create a duplicate and just type in the other information underneath it. And we're going to select a different font that looks somewhat like the one below it. For that, I used Myriad Pro. Just resize the text so it's pretty close to the original and put it in place, but you can see that the bullet point is too small. So we're just going to select that and increase the size of that. But because that is a different size than the rest of the text, we just need to adjust the where it is vertically. So just do that right here. And select your text and change it to white. And I'm just making sure everything is center aligned with the document. Okay, now we're gonna look at our entire template. And it looks pretty close to the original.